Ineos is planning a swap deal between Manchester United and Inter Milan for Denzel Dumfries, the Dutch international, to join Manchester United, and Aaron Wan-Bissaka heads the opposite way. Is this really something that would make sense for Man United? Meanwhile, reports suggest that the man, Joseph Fofana, has apparently said he would be open to joining Manchester United. Who wouldn't, honestly? Welcome to the United Hot Sport. This is a quick afternoon update about Man United, as we do seem to see some bit of progress. But the big one is about Aaron Wan-Bissaka, who has turned down a move to West Ham United, saying he would prefer to go out of England and play for Inter Milan, who are also interested in him. Remember, West Ham United had contemplated tabling a bid of about £15 million for him, and that's the valuation that Man United has of the player. But he says he wouldn't want to go back to London. He left London, Crystal Palace, joined Manchester United, saying he's not going back. He would rather go and play for Inter Milan, a club that plays in Europe, a club that has got richer history, and also experience something new out of England. Honestly, I wouldn't blame him. But the question is, would that swap deal make sense for Manchester United? We know that soon, like I've been saying, that soon focus is going to be on the right back position and the left back as well, but mostly the right back position, where we certainly know that if Aaron Wan-Bissaka goes, there is need for a replacement for him on the right. And we've been linked with Nuzea Mazraoui, the Moroccan Bayern Munich right back, who is also not so young, about 26 years of age, and Dumfries himself is 28. So of the two, who would make better sense to Manchester United? I think for me, first of all, I find it extremely shocking that Inter Milan would want to let go of Dumfries and take Wan-Bissaka, because honestly, I want to believe that Dumfries is a better footballer than Wan-Bissaka. I mean, he's an international a national team player, played over 50 games, near 60 caps for the Netherlands. Wan-Bissaka isn't, but also too, he scores goals. Last season, he scored 4 goals and assisted 4 times in nearly 30 games for his side, for Inter Milan in the Italian Serie A. He's proven, and he's a more mature player. He's 28, meaning that's mature age. He started playing while young. He's been there in the Dutch national team for quite some time. He has got a nice attitude. I love that about him. He's physical, extremely physical. Do I think he would fit into what Erik ten Hag and Man United would want to play? I think so, he would. I believe if he's not injured, which I don't think, and of course people can, the last memory that people might have of him could be that penalty that he won, he gave away to Harry Kane in the semi-finals of the Euros, the recently concluded Euros against England, which I thought for me was a 50-50, not one that should have been a penalty anyway, in my books. But I think for me that would be a good swap deal if there's no cash involved. Though I would be shocked by Inter Milan doing that. Why isn't, unless the player isn't happy and doesn't want to stay, why would they want to let go of him? Or unless the style of play that they want to have is not one that would suit a player like him, because Dumfries gives you more going forward than perhaps Aaron Wan-Bissaka would, in terms of his final ball, his minuses, and his crossing and passing, a lot better than Wan-Bissaka. Yet he's also good when it comes to 1v1 situations. What Bissaka is great at is 1v1 and stealing the ball, which I think would make sense for him, by the way. I think in Italy, Wan-Bissaka's style would perfectly suit the football in Italy, because you're facing strikers who are strong and powerful. You just need to be able to steal the ball off them. I think in Italian football, you're not expected so much to make overlapping runs like it is in the Premier League because of its directness, because fullbacks in England have got to add a lot, to contribute, to make a lot of overlapping runs, to contribute to the creativity from the flanks. So probably in that sense, it would be a win-win. Probably Inter Milan would feel like they've got a player who's going to help them to limit how many goals they concede, because he can steal the ball. We know that he's a good tackler, good in 1v1 situations. I think he's better than Dumfries in 1v1 situations. But in terms of the balance going forward, I think that would be a good scoop for Manchester United. And I've seen people bashing this move. If Dumfries is fit, I think it would be a swap deal I would personally take. We are talking of an experienced player who's going to add in experience to this team, a player who clearly will push Diogo Dalot to get the best out of him. So I have got no, reservations about it. In fact, if anything, if to choose between this move of Dumfries joining in a swap deal over us getting the cash and paying for Mazraoui, I would rather take Dumfries in a swap deal. I think that would be an easier one to sort, because we are talking of a Bayern that is desperate for money. They would even want to overprice a player they got for free in Nusaya Mazraoui. But I also think Dumfries is a better and more proven footballer at the biggest level. He gives us more, adds a lot more to Manchester United. Imagine a backline that has got Dumfries on the right, you've got Lenny Yoro, you've got Lisandro Martinez, and Luke Shaw on the left. I feel like that's a proper backline that can comfortably stand against a backline of Arsenal that has got Ben White, that has got William Saliba, that has got Julien Timber or Gabriel, that has got the new guy, Ricardo Calafiori. I feel like that would be an improvement on the backline of Man United in all facets. So I think for me, it's a deal I would endorse. I'm just shocked that Inter Milan would be willing to make that move. But again, not so shocked, because probably it's a win-win, because the style of WAN BISSAKA could perhaps suit better in Italy, and the style of Dumfries, also being that he's a Dutchman, who understands the Dutch football that Erik ten Hag and his backroom staff want to play, he would probably suit United and what we are building. Drop down your comment and let me know what you think about that. Now, there's also been a report today that has claimed that Youssef Fofana has told those close to him that he would be open to the idea of joining Manchester United. I would ask, though, who wouldn't be open to joining Man United? Even Arsenal kids are leaving Arsenal to try and join Man United in Chido, Obi Martin and the likes. So I think that's not really a big deal. I think it's not really a big deal. But the big deal would be if the move is done. Do I think this is a move Man United are prioritizing now? I honestly don't think so. I think the deal United are prioritizing now and should be prioritizing is Manuel Ugarte, for reasons I showed you in my previous video, because Ugarte is the typical player that Manchester United needs to get the best out of Kobe Mainoo and Bruno Fernandes. So my feeling is, yes, whereas I like Fofana as a footballer, he shouldn't be the first priority now to bring in before we bring in Manuel Ugarte. If we brought in Ugarte and Fofana, that would be more than impeccable. What a window that would be. But choosing Fofana over Ugarte for me would be a no option. It would be a no option. So whereas the reports have come through, they are not reports that should excite you, because it's not rocket science for players to choose Manchester United, to accept to be a part of the United project over joining AC Milan if you're a player like Fofana, who has been playing all your life, playing in France. So it's another developing story, but it has emerged today about Youssef Fofana, and we are waiting to see how exactly it will unfold. It's an interesting update if you're a United supporter to hear, but it's not one that should really move you. Now on Mathis Delete, guys, Delete is not off. United's bid is still there. Bayern Munich are still playing hard to get, but what we seem to see, I think it's becoming increasingly likely that Bayern Munich will give in and accept to lose Mathis Delete on a fee way lower than their £42 million, £42.5 million asking price. It seems Delete is really determined, his agent and his team are completely determined to leave Bayern Munich and join Manchester United. There seems to be a will and a desperation that plays in favor of Manchester United. So as we see Man United now moving on with several deals, Bayern Munich, who need cash, will certainly very soon be making a decision on that, because United have stuck to their guns. On Jarrad Branthwaite, it's very possible that Manchester United have moved on from Jarrad Branthwaite. There doesn't seem to be a will by Everton to cut down on their valuation. They just won't take anything less than 65 or 70 million pounds. So, and United just won't pay that amount of money. So it seems clearly now that silently Manchester United have moved on from Jarrad Branthwaite without saying. So that's why the focus now is on the midfielders and the fullbacks, for which we also expect players to come in. So on Branthwaite, your prayers, as much as mine, could have been answered, because we probably never felt like he's a player worth all that amount of money. But also, Lenny Yoro is bringing that bit of confidence in the team, and perhaps with Harry Maguire now back and fit and the likes, it's possible that Ineos could be saying, let's first keep it at that when it comes to the central defense, sort the middle, and other departments, and then we'll deal with the other central defender a bit later. So I get a sense that Ineos are not in a rush when it comes to getting the other third centre back. If they get delete, they're stuck on delete. If they get delete, that would be, I think, decent enough when it comes to the central defense. So Brathwaite could be off. But let me know what you think about that swap deal of Dumfries and Dumfries for Aaron Wan-Bissaka. But also, give me your 2 cents on whether you think Man United should proceed and sign Yusuf Fofana before trying to seal or before already sealing Manuel Ugarte. I've given you my reasons in my previous video that I've linked on this same video why I think Manuel Ugarte and Lenny Yoro solved the biggest problem that Manchester United have had in the past season. Not just the injuries, but the conceding of goals. United were letting in goals for fun, and you need a number 6 who is going to really cover those traps. Is that Yusuf Fofana? I don't think so. Is he a good player? Amazing. He's an impeccable footballer who should come in can only come in as an addition to Manuel Ugarte in my books. I need to hear from you right now. Man United, as always, is trending for all the right and maybe wrong reasons for some, depending on which team you support. But for me, it's mostly the right reasons because the team has touched down in the United States, where we are playing our next game against Arsenal over the weekend in the preseason. It should be a game that we expect to be exciting because, first of all, Arsenal have also had a good test for themselves against Bournemouth. So for us, we have 2 games already in our feet. So I think it's a good game for Manchester United. But finally, guys, Man United has released the away kit, our blue away kit, and of course, for some people, it looks like a Chelsea jersey. I want to show it to you if you haven't seen it. For some people, it looks like a Chelsea jersey because of its blue and stuff. I don't think it really looks much like it, like these Chelsea jerseys, but I quite like it. You can, by the way, if you can give me your opinion about this blue kit. Where is it? I want to just show it to you as I wrap up this. But you can also give me your opinion about it, whether you think it's a nice one or is it a disappointment. Snapdragon, of course, are now the new front shirt sponsors for Man United. And one of the games we're going to play during this preseason is going to be at the Snapdragon Stadium. That's what they call it in the United States. So it's going to be, I think, a good season. I hope they come with luck. So that's the jersey there. You can see Richard the Butcher smartly clad in it. And of course, I've got to show you the captain as well, Bruno, and how he looks in it, so that you make your pick. Let me know whether you like it. That's the new away kit for Manchester United. Blue. I quite like it. I prefer the red though, but this too is decent. I love it. I think it's classy. It's neat. It's a title-winning kit. Well, I'm not trying to put pressure on these boys to win the title, but yeah, that's it right there. My name is Webb. This is the United of Sport. Drop down your comment and let me know what you think about all these stories that we have done. Dumfries for Wan-Bissaka, yes or no? Bye-bye.